It's desperation time in the rental market. Hey everybody, Scott Walters. Buckle up, strap in. I got a hard-hitting pulling punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. The rental market appears to not be all rainbows and sunshine. I know, shocker, right? Spoiler. What, Scott? The biggest housing bubble ever artificially produced with no organic growth couldn't sustain itself? I thought this was supposed to go to the moon. Go forever. You couldn't lose in this bubble. Whew, I got some news for us all. It couldn't. It couldn't sustain itself. The dust will settle. There will be blowback. And we will pay the piper for overstimulating the biggest asset class in the world. The U.S. housing market, which has the capability of crashing the U.S. economy. Booms and busts. We've always had them. So anybody that thinks the biggest boom ever orchestrated in world history with runaway inflation and a risen interest rate environment showing cracks and fractures as we read between the lines and look between the cracks can sustain itself, I have to politely disagree, even if you're a real estate professional. That's why it's so important for me to always, anytime I'm talking to our agents, listen, you're helping my clients now, and they're smart. They're smart. This will not be a slam dunk. They understand what's going on. They are on the side of siding with caution and navigating through this. Now, every single property is different. That's why I love real estate. Every single property provides its own opportunities and its own challenges. I love examining days on market, price reductions, history, price history. Any interest? How many looks is it getting? You're stuck on the market. Maybe I'll throw you an offer. Maybe. And if I do, I'm not going to fall in love with your house, because if you don't accept my offer, guess what? I got 10 more right behind it ready to choose from. Those are the waters we're now swimming in. The best time to buy is when nobody else is. Nobody's buying right now. Insane. So here's a property we're going to look at today, courtesy of one of you, a subscriber. Thank you all for continuing to be iron sharpens iron. Sent this one in. Whew. Person bought in the bubble. I can't miss. Everybody's doing it. Herd mentality. And then turned it into a rental. Oh my gosh. Not a good look. They drank the Kool-Aid, bought a house. I don't know, maybe thought there was going to be an Airbnb, but now those aren't working. So now they think maybe they're going to turn it into a long-term rental, but they bought at the height, so they can't get the rents needed to cover their mortgage. They're in trouble. And to boot, they hired a management company to do it. They didn't do it themselves. You should always know how to manage property yourself. Even if you grow so big you have to hire management companies to do it, you should always start with your first property and know how to do tenant screening, tenant placement, tenant turnover, easy stuff. Start with one rental. Your primary home. Buy it and go, hey, I'm going to turn this into a rental someday and climb the property ladder. That's how rich people didn't get rich. They didn't get rich buying their primary home at the height of a super bubble and staying tied to it for the next 30, 50, 80 years. No, maybe back when your mom or grandma was alive. That it don't work anymore like that. Real estate's changed. It's the episode of $1 Million Listing now. There's too much money to be made. Cheerleaders all over the place. So today we're just to drive our point home. Let's go ahead and take a look at a rental stuck on the market. Then we'll meet back here to wrap it up. Let's get started. Hello, I'm a frequent viewer of your videos, and I know you concentrate on house buying, but I saw this listing today in my area, and I thought of you anyway. A buyer bought it last July, listed it for rent a few days later, and has been constantly raising and lowering the price, sometimes within a few days. It did get rented out from August to December, but now it's back in play with constant price raising and lowering, but well over the rate originally asked for in July. And here we go. Our home looks like a pretty nice home, but it is unoccupied, sucking air, vacant, no rents being collected. We are stuck on the market and in big trouble. Let's get into the numbers. And here we go. It shows it's been listed for 23 days, but we're going to dig into that in a second. Number one thing we see here, applications. A big, fat zero. Not even one person looking to rent this home. And here we go. It was sold in July of 2022 and then immediately listed for rent at $2,310. But we didn't stop there. Oh no, we kept going. After nobody rented it, we started doing price changes, pricing it down, pricing it up, listing removed, coming back on, doing everything we could to play with the numbers and never got anybody to pull the trigger. Now we're stuck on the market at $27.95. This property makes absolutely no sense at all. Let's get back to the studio so we can wrap it up. All right, friends, welcome back. So this is an interesting rental, and thank you to the subscriber that sent it in. If you're new, subscribe right away. Get centered and surrounded like-minded people, iron sharpening iron. We're going to do some good things here, I think, moving forward. This property is interesting to me for a couple of reasons, like before we cut to the property. You see, I expect to see a property, like if it's just you or me or a mom and pop landlord, maybe then you play around with, I'm going to adjust the price, refresh the ad. I've done that with rentals before with my partner. We've put it on, put it on the market. Hey, we're not getting any bites. This actually is, praise the Lord, that I haven't had to do this since the last real estate downturn. Because now I always find out who my competition is and I just beat them. That's easy. I place tenants lightning fast nowadays. But in the past downturn, I remember losing tenants, going on the market with the property and no offers coming in. So what do? You play with price. Oh, then all of a sudden, here's what happened in this management. I don't know what this management company, I expect this out of, like I said, an individual owner, but not a management company. Pulled the listing up, down, going up in price. You couldn't even rent it for your rock bottom price. I don't know. Apparently what's happening is our owner is probably carrying a negative. Because if you have a management company taking care of your rental, they charge a fee to do it, 3, 5, 10%, whatever it is, depending on the level of service they're providing you. And then you also have your mortgage payment because you just bought it at the height, it appears. You're underwater. You're carrying a negative now. And you're like, well, just, I've seen this happen so many times. People trying to weather the storm, upside down asset. The house is a rental, but the rents don't cover the mortgage payment, so they're dipping into their savings or whatever, supplementing it to make their mortgage payment because they don't want to lose the asset. The smartest thing to do, call a realtor, if not the one that you used initially because they're already over at work at the big box store. Go to market. Present the offer to your mortgage company and say, here it is. Take the offer and walking. You got to play hardball, in my opinion. At least that's what I saw in the last bubble. I expect a lot of similarities. This will be different than anything else, but it'll also be a lot of similarities that we can pull from. And having walked through that before, that's why I'm here with you today, ringing the bell, sounding the alarm, raising awareness, letting people know the biggest artificially created housing bubble in history is having blowback. The dust is settling. We're paying the piper. It's just a no-brainer. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. Booms and bust cycles, we've always had them. And now the rental market is starting to feel the pain. We took a look at a property today that's stuck on the market, and something's going on there as they play with their rental rate in days. Like, what are you doing? Usually give it a month. No, they're desperate. They're desperate. I bet you some other rentals came on the market, maybe at a higher, so they adjusted theirs. Chasing the market with their rentals, something we always talked about, kiss of death in real estate, chasing the market with your sale or rental property. You can't do that. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator. Somebody wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understanding the biggest artificially created housing bubble ever produced in world history is, in fact, having its blowback. We took a look at a property today that pretty much proves our point. Empty houses all over for sale, for rent, people chasing the market, days on market, zero saves, zero applications, you name it. It's all playing out. Every single property is going to behave differently. Every single property will have a story because it's all tied to people. I'm here to help people, and you can help me help these people as well simply by supporting this work. If you read between the lines of these videos, these messages, you'll hear a lot of solutions being made for you. I'm going to continue to blow the lid off it every step of the way because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, I think you're really going to love the next video. And there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.